Hey everyone, Alec Delpuesh here. I currently make over $3 million a year in my funding business. I've helped over 150 funders scale to 50K and 100K months. And in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the exact backend that I use and that my clients use to have more confidence in their systems, to allow themselves to be more organized, get better results for clients. So if you ever feel like your entire business is kind of chaotic, you don't know what you're supposed to be focusing on, or you're worried that your clients are falling through the cracks, this is going to help you. So let's go right into it. So this is going to be inside of the Notion platform. I really think it's the best platform for organizing your entire business because you can use it for trackers, you can use it for dashboards, you can incorporate videos and trainings and SOPs. It connects to all kinds of different platforms now through AI and all that. So I think it's a really great platform to run your back-end business. So this is what it looks like once you're on the inside. So this is the exact system that I install for the funders, again, inside of Credit Coach Academy. So giving you hopefully some ideas that you can implement in your own business. So first, we have the company hub, right? So let's say that right now it's Monday morning. You want to know exactly what's going on across your business, where are your clients right now, what should you be focusing on, what is your team up to? This is what the hub does. So within 5 minutes, you have an entire snapshot of your entire business. So we'll be able to see clients, current stages, where are they at right now, making progress. So a couple people will just go in for repair, a couple people are in optimization. Okay, what's the entire team up to? So what do I need to do? What is the rest of the team focused on, right? Here are my tasks. Then we can see the total funding amounts, which could be for just this month or overall, in the client portals. Okay, so it's a quick snapshot for you. Let's say that you want to check on your clients. Okay, so now I want to see exactly what we want to do as far as funding progress. Okay, so my team right now is working with clients. Who's ready and starting funding right now? Okay, perfect. We already got 20K, 72K. Okay, here are a couple of clients that are going through optimization. So these are just example boards. These clients are going through optimization. Okay, what's missing right now? Okay, right now we're submitting for disputes for the inquiries on Equifax and TransUnion. We're waiting for the LLC to age, right? We're removing negative accounts. We're having to pay down utilization all in one spot. Okay, I want to see who owes us money right now and who's overdue. Just click over to payables, right? So it's all in one spot. Okay, great. Now I want to check the onboarding forms and the onboarding agreements. Okay, right here I can see onboarding docs. Okay, here's John Smith. He submitted his credit report and everything else, right? Okay, great. I want to make sure my affiliates have access. They can click access right here. Okay, I want to check my hiring. I want to check my different courses and trainings, right? So everything's all in one spot. So that's why I love the Notion platform. So again, if you want to have more clarity in your business, know exactly what's going on, have everything in one spot, that's what allows you to finally grow. Because I think a lot of funders, they struggle with wanting to make more money, but they're stuck in the weeds of the business. They're doing a lot of the busy work, the admin, repetitive tasks. And so you want to incorporate a system into your business, but you figure that I'll do that later. I'll do that once I make more money or have more clients. But the exact kind of chaos you're operating through right now is what's keeping you stuck in that busy work. So if you have something like this that allows you to just click around, right? Imagine all the time you're wasting finding client information. That's time wasted, right? That you shouldn't have to be spending on. Or let's imagine that you want to follow up with a client, but you don't know where they're at right now. You want to check in on payments, right? Or even what I'll show you in this video too, not only the organization of it, but all the automations happening in the background. The fact that we have AI built into this platform to do some of the elements for you, like optimization plans or funding plans. What I try to do in my business is I try to think in leverage. So the reason why Elon Musk is now a trillionaire with the exact same 24 hours a day that you have is because he turns his one idea and sends it out to his C-suite, the CEOs and COOs of his businesses, who then share that to the department heads, that then share that to managers, that then share that to employees, right? So we have a whole huge ripple effect, right? From one person turning that into tons of work, right? With his robots and everything else. So what I try to do in my business is in 6 months from now, I never want to be doing the same things because I've developed my business more. I've built systems, I've built automations, I'm incorporating AI, I've hired team members by building out SOPs. So basically I keep building the business brick by brick in incorporating certain elements that allow me to create more leverage. So by having systems in place, I don't have to scrap around for information. Now I save that time back. So the time I invested into that process, I buy back forever. Right? If I incorporate automations, maybe I spend 1 hour building out an automation, but then I save 30 minutes a week forever. right? So that's kind of the idea here behind this entire process. So of course, if you want all these systems here, we install them for you inside of Credit Coach Academy. Click on the link down below to learn more, but hopefully at least you can see the potential. So I'm gonna walk you through the entire kind of gist right here. So first we have the company hub. So like I said, this is your quick snapshot. You log in 5 minutes in the morning and you can see everything happening inside of your business. So here we'll see the clients that are currently in funding. How long have they been? Are we currently overdue, right? Or on schedule, amount funded? The client tracking. So here I can get more detail as to which phases everyone's in. Here I have the to-do list. Okay, so I can see everything right there, total amount funded. So I kind of went over this already, but this is a snapshot. Okay, but then these are views of these following boards down here. So first we have the team to-do board. So this is very, very important to keep yourself organized in your team. Right now, if you're trying to delegate work, but you don't really know what they're up to, it's kind of hard to manage. Not to micromanage either, but you want to make sure that you can hold people accountable. So here I can see right away, okay, when did we create this task? Who assigned this task? Is it a P1, get this done ASAP, or a P3, circle around to it when you can, right? What's the status right now so I can see what everyone's doing, who's working on what, right? Then I can, inside of Notion, add context, links, we can comment and communicate within here as well. So all in one spot, right? And of course I can filter this to only my tasks. So here's what I need to be focusing on right now. I can keep everyone in one spot as well. So this to-do board is hyper important. So whether you're just doing it for yourself, right, and you want to know and you don't want to forget anything, I would really incorporate a to-do board just for yourself. But as you start to add team members as well, you need something like this. And what's really cool with this to-do board is that because it's in a platform like this, it's also connected to automations. So let's say you have a new client that joins your program, right away you can have it onboarding checklist. It just triggers a to-do task. Let's say your client requests an introduction to a liquidation team, or they need access to an authorized user account. They can fill out a form and it automatically creates a to-do task. You can click on a button in another database and create a to-do task, right? So not only do you have manual inputs, but also you can connect it to different platforms so that everything's organized, right? So everything comes here. This is the brain of the operation side of the business. So again, you can have tasks like checking on clients or following up on applications, removing inquiries, anything like that. So super, super important we build something out like this. All right, next we're gonna have the team SOPs. So this is what you're hopefully building towards as far as the compounding effect. So if you're looking to hire team members or get better results from current team members you have right now, the best way to do that is to standardize processes. So SOP, standardized operating processes. So this is when you basically take whatever's in your brain, put it down on paper, and have someone else follow that process. And the main limiting belief that I see people have when it comes to delegating tasks, and when you think that there's no way anyone could do this like I do, right? Because I'm the best at building funding plans, or I'm the only one that knows how to remove inquiries, right? Well, Alex Hormozi talks about this, and he says that the only differentiator between you and someone else as to your ability to build out better funding plans, for example, is just that you're really good at pattern recognition because you've done it so many times. So you just know that if I see this particular profile and I recognize that it's in this state, they burnt this bank before, they already got funding over here, you know how to recognize that pattern and then build out a funding plan, right? Because at one point you did not know how to do that. So all of a sudden, just through experience, you're able to do that. So all we need to get better at now is just a new skill set is how do I take my information in my brain and then translate that to paper as simple as possible to then hand off to someone else, okay? So this is what I try to build inside of my own business. I have probably over 100 SOPs now for every kind of role imaginable, from setters to my systems guy to my executive assistant to closers to our success team to commandos, okay, the credit specialists. Everything's broken down in the business. And so here, anything that my team would have to do, what I try to give them is this very easy to follow broken down process. So let's say, for example, that we want to get a client ready for funding. My team will just log in right here. They're going to find the entire SOP, right? So the way I try to build SOPs is I try to record myself walking through it. So if I'm, let's say, submitting an inquiry dispute, for example, I'll be going through the FTC website, clicking around and walking them through it, explaining. I try to think of any questions they might have as I'm going through that process, and I try to make it like somewhat dummy proof, right? So that I'll have it in video format. You can listen and follow as I go along. And I also have it written down with, FAQs or step-by-step instructions or just more broken down details so that they can even split their screen and get it done that way. So super important to have SOPs. So again, this is what we have right here. There's a ton more that I give to Credit Coach Academy clients, as well as not just these roles, but for setters, closers, for executive assistants, content support team, and everything else. But these are some of them right there. So again, I'll have it set up with a video and then the instructions below with the links if needed. So that's what I'd recommend for SOPs. Super important. So whenever I'm doing a new task, if I think I'll have to do it multiple times and if it's somewhat repetitive, I try to turn it into an SOP right away. Again, leverage. I'm trying to maybe create a new process, or if we're updating a process or doing something different, I want to turn that into an SOP so I can hand it off to someone else as fast as possible and stay in my activities that produce the highest amount of income for myself, which might be content or ads or something like that. All right. So that's basically the SOPs. Then we have the hot list. So again, how would this make your life easier though? Let's say again, you want to hire a new team member and they've never walked through some of these steps. You just send them the SOPs and they're getting ramped up right away, right? If you want to change a process, now you have your team getting better results for you. So that's what the SOPs do for you. Hot list. So if you have different channels and you're talking to people through Instagram, through school, through SMS, through WhatsApp, whatever it is, you can organize them here. It's just like a leads tracker. You can add notes and comments within the page as well. So if maybe your setter or your closer is also involved, they can track that right here. So again, if you want to see like your hottest leads, instead of having to scramble everywhere, just click on your hot list and they're all right here. Okay. Content pipeline. So this is how I used to organize my content. Okay. So I have like an editing team that's plugged into here. I have an executive assistant that posts content for me. And so we all collaborate together in this one pipeline. So to give you kind of an idea of what this looks like inside of my own, this is it. Okay, so we're posting nonstop all the time on every single platform. As you can see, going back literally probably years now. Okay, I can see the calendar as to what's coming up or what have we posted. I organize it by channel as well. So in YouTube, for example, it's my ideas, best ideas, next to film, ready to record because I've made the presentation, video ready. So let's start packaging, create the thumbnail, edit the video. I'm going to check it and then approve. My assistant publishes it. For shorts, we do the whole process of I upload it to a folder. My editing team starts to work on it, sends it to my assistant. I check if either of us have any notes, send it back to revision. They do it. School is just kind of a newsletter. LinkedIn, kind of a newsletter. Email, basically just like a newsletter. But this is how I used to organize. And so for your content, if you want to make it super simple for you, like for YouTube, for example, I also upload templates as well. So let's say I'm getting ready to record a new YouTube video. I just create a new page. And inside of here, I'll have everything I need to basically create that piece of content. So I'll have a section for my thumbnail. I can upload my raw files right here. I can check where I've posted it because I like to post on different channels to send them back to YouTube. Like I'll post on LinkedIn, hey, check out my new YouTube video. And then some additional trainings and ways to get better as to making it more effective. Also, you can connect this to AI now. So some different tools like Claude, they can transcribe your sales calls or transcribe your client calls, try to find the best video topic ideas and then automatically upload them into ideas. Then you can grab from that, move them to best ideas, and then make your way down there. Okay, but that's how we do the YouTube. School, kind of the same thing. So we have templates set up for every one of these. So for school, I have different formats, client win. For shorts, different format for the script, caption, posting, hook ideas. So this is how we have it set up for content. So exactly what we set up for, again, Credit Coach Academy clients, but at least this gives you an idea as to how I stay organized with content. We post a lot on every platform, and this allows me to basically only create the content. So I create the content, I upload it in the correct column right here, and then my entire team takes it away from there. So they're editing it. My assistant's looking at the edits and making sure they look good, and then she's posting it for me. I just have to log in and make sure, okay, these edits were good. Okay, we have to maybe change this real quick, but it makes it so much easier for you to produce more content. Okay, so again, saving so much time. And if you don't have a system like this, you can't really collaborate that effectively with assistants and editors, right? Because you're sending everything away, you're wasting time, so it makes it so much easier for you to produce more. So now let's go into more detail with the client tracking. This is probably going to be the most important section of your entire backend because this is where your clients are, what's happening, and the updates. So we have it organized in a couple different views. So the first one here is just going to be an overall snapshot of your clients. So who is what type of clients. So are they credit repair only? Are they going through optimization? Are they currently getting funding right now? Okay, are they on schedule or not? I like to follow the 60-60 day rule. So 60 days to get ready for funding and 60 days to go through funding. So if they're overdue and they've been in that, let's say, optimization phase for too long, right? So like Lewis, for example, he's still in optimization, but if he moved over to funding, now he's back on track, right? Because 60 days for optimization. So here I can see really quickly, hey guys, like why are we still in optimization right here on these 4 clients, 5 clients? Again, super fast to know what's going on. Payment status, I can also see in a quick view, okay, who's current, who's due, who's overdue, who paid, right? Associates, so who on my team is taking care of these clients, for example. And then affiliates. So if you work with affiliates, you can actually connect your affiliates to this board. And then instead of sharing access to all clients, they would only see, let's say if I connect myself to this one and I'm an affiliate, I would log in and I would only see Tom, which is really cool. So if you have affiliates and they want to see progress and how much funding you got them, they would be able to see that right here. All right, so that's like the snapshot. Then we have the funding. So again, I want to see, okay, where's everyone at? What's holding us back? You know, how can we make progress? Well, here in one spot, I can see the name of the client, what stage are they in, how long has it been, who's working on them, right? I can just assign these really quickly as well. Amount funded, and then I can see what's going on. So depending on if you're assigning tasks to the client or if you're doing more done for you elements, this works the same. So just within 5 minutes, I can see, okay, it looks like right now for this client with Jacob, we still need to clean up his info. We tried removing experience. We have to try again. Everything else is pending. So he's getting really close to funding, right? All these other clients are already set. It looks like, what's his name? Blake. Blake is right there too. So he's really, really close. Let's make sure that LLC is ready by the time we circle around to him. So within 2 minutes, you can see everyone all in one stop. It makes so much easier for you to know what's going on and hold your team accountable, right? So something that we have set up here is that with my team, I tell them that if anything is red, they have 48 hours to move it out of red, right? Because a lot of these are just submitting or done, following up. So info, all that is just calling or maybe submitting docs with Experian, right? Experian inquiries, you just have to call them. There's no reason, like if it's in to do, there's no reason it should be stuck here. You just spend the 30 minutes, hour to call them, right? So then we have to maybe follow up if it's tried, okay? But all of these, if it's red, you have 48 hours to move it forward. But it makes it easier for me to manage though, because I can see in one stop for hopping on a team huddle, hey guys, what's going on here, right? For account payables, very easy. I can see, okay, total amount due, who paid what, balance, are they current, overdue, or paid up? This could be something that your assistant takes care of, for example, or yourself. Super simple to see, okay, how much has been done, how much has been paid, what's the balance right now? So accounts receivable, again, very, very easy. And then the dashboard for all. So this is going to be something that, for example, if you finish a client and they're done, they might filter out of this one. Here, let me put them back. Blake, and then I would just filter out all the done clients, for example. Then if I want to find them again, I can do that. And then you can use this bar to search people, right? So again, so much easier to stay organized. All right. Next, we have the client portals. So here is how we support the clients. So if you're looking to make sure that clients don't fall off, they stop ghosting you, or if they're getting upset, they're getting discouraged, if your clients are not seeing the value and asking to cancel, like this is something that would really help you, okay? Because this is a more professional experience. If you're just showing them an Excel sheet on your calls and they don't have access to it, what's going on? Or if they have to, if you're just doing everything through text message, what's going on? If you share them in an Excel sheet, but it's confusing, like what's going on? So that's maybe why your clients are ghosting, they're not doing the tasks, you're having a hard time moving them forward, or they're just canceling on you, right? Like this is a more professional company type experience. So inside of here, you're gonna share resources like courses, right? So they have a way to get value even before they get the funding, right? You can add call recordings so they can find it easily. Mission control, so this is where you assign tasks from your team to do that they can track. Okay, all good, we're working on this right now. They can at least see what's going on. Or if you want to assign tasks to the client, you can share resources to them. So now you have an entire course with videos. So some of these are a little bit older. But that's the entire gist right here, right? And then on here we have like an introductory video on how to use the portal. Here we have the Cinderella checklist. So what do we need to get someone ready for funding? So basically if you're doing an onboarding call, this is a 10.0 version of what you're doing right now, probably. So, hey, welcome on. Sam, super excited to be working with you. So inside of your portal, you're going to find everything you need to not only make progress inside of this program, but get you better results, faster results with the right kind of support. So on the left here, you're going to find all the different trainings. So feel free to dive into that. Some of these are going to teach you more as to what's going on and why are we doing certain things to get you ready for funding. We even have some additional value for you in the form of, travel hacking, if you have some good travel cards, or how to get cheaper point trips, for example. So tons of value right there. Below, you're going to find all of our call recordings right here in one spot. Mission Control is going to be keeping track of what we're doing for you and what you might need to do for us to better support you. You'll be able to keep track of what's going on. We can even add a stuck stage. So if you're stuck, just let us know. We'll be hopping in here constantly so that we can see what's going on. To the right, you'll be able to see a quick summary of this portal again. I know we're going through it right now, but just in case you need a reminder. But now let's go over your profile. So I already looked over your onboarding documents. So I noticed that right now, these are all checked off, but right now we do need to build up a thin profile a little bit, and your age is a little bit on the lower side. So we're probably working with building up with some high limit personal cards and potentially getting an AU account. Okay, so that's the onboarding experience, right? So now they can log in at Sunday at 10 p.m. and see exactly, okay, what's being done right now. Okay, looks like the team cleaned up my inquiries. Okay, we still have to make progress on this, right? 10.0 experience. So now your clients aren't going to fall off. They're going to get faster results. You're going to keep them on, and you're going to collect more success fees and deal with less refunds, right? So that's the client portal experience. Then we have client resources. So that's kind of a snapshot of everything I showed you as far as like inside of that database, the tasks. We have trainings. So these are the trainings, basically everything you can imagine to get someone ready for funding. Then we have the intake forms. So instead of having to scramble with different softwares, Notion came out with this a couple months ago. So now you can embed forms inside of your system. So here you send this out to a client. They fill it out for you. It gives you all the context you need to get them ready for onboarding. And now I can click through everything. I can see all the information I need. Here you can upload a PDF document. So if I ever want to like find a client, I would just type them right here and find the information. All right. So again, so much easier instead of scrambling across a couple different softwares. The affiliate login. This is the view that your affiliates would see. They'd be able to log into the trackers. They'd be able to log into the client portals as well. So you can see all that and only see their clients. Next, we have the programs folder. So this is one way that would help you charge up front for funding, for example, is if you can provide value as soon as they join, right? So this is in the form of having different courses, explaining funding, or the travel hacking thing I just gave you as an example. So this is what I give to my CCA clients. It's an entirely white labeled funding course, credit repair course, accelerated credit repair course. So it's already entirely set up. It's over 150 different modules and videos. You can imagine that takes a really long time to put together. They get it day one installed in their backend right away. They can already send it out to clients. So we try to make it easier. We also set up lead magnets as well, so they can send out these lead magnets to clients and try to get them more familiar with them, lead with value, get them excited about working together before they even do work together. You can add your VSL video down below as well, so just trainings and things that you can send over. Hiring. So we also have everything set up right here as well with the templates as far as like the database and tracking your potential candidates. How do we make the posts? What do we look for? How do we run interviews, right? For every single role imaginable. Where do we find them? What kind of experience are we looking for? So this is how we set it up inside of the back end. And then the credit commandos. So onboarding them, training them, call recordings, examples of them calling Experian, for example, a dashboard so we can manage them. So all the clients, all their tasks, right? So all in one spot. But that's basically the entire back end. Okay, so like I said, this is basically how we run my funding business and what we set up for clients inside of our Credit Coach Academy program, credit and funding coaches who want to grow with the right systems and support. So hopefully this gave you some ideas and you can see how much easier it might be to run your business. So if you do want us to set up this entire back end system for you within 7 days, click on the link down below to learn more about Credit Coach Academy. That's part of the experience. We want you to have the right foundation to scale. So we start there. We're going to basically ask you to fill out 2 different forms. It takes 30 minutes. We're going to ask details about your business, your colors, your logo. We're going to ask details about your avatar, who you typically work with, and we'll personalize that entire backend for you. We'll also import your clients into it as well. So 1 week from now, you could be waking up to having that exact same system with all of your clients inside of the tracker, you'll see exactly who needs what, how much funding they got so far, and what you need to do to make progress. And then hopefully with your team as well, now they have so much more confidence. If you've ever had a team member that maybe quits on you, it's probably because in one way, they want to do a good job, but they don't know how to do a good job, and they're feeling lost, right? So that's the entire back-end experience. So if you want us to install that for you, and you want us to coach you on growing your funding business and getting more clients and better client results with our data points, our banker contacts, we give you a dedicated one-on-one coach as well inside of this program, so you have full support. We're not just releasing you inside of a course or inside of a community. You have a dedicated person to answer all of your questions. So if you're curious about that, click on the link down below. But otherwise, I hope you got some great ideas here. If you can at least incorporate some of these inside of your back-end system, maybe you're not using Notion, but maybe you can at least think of how you can build that inside of your own. And of course, if you do have any questions, don't hesitate to comment down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks so much for spending some time with me here today. I'll see you in the next video.